The TRARALGON Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members. Visit us today at the TRARALGON Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the TRARALGON Bowls Club here. It is semi-final action between the Brighton Blue Devils and the TRARALGON Lyrebirds. Singles action, Chris Rosanis representing the Blue Devils, Nathan Murray representing the Lyrebirds. Opening end. And Chris Rosanis, I think, might be holding one. Joining me in commentary for this one is Tony Sherwell.
Morning, Sam. Morning, everybody. Very delicately poised. This semi-final. That one's not going to change, so we will just confirm. That is shot to Nathan Murray.
Very delicately poised, so TRARALGON picked up the triples rink, the pairs rink in the opening leg, and the triples leg was actually drawn. So as it stands, TRARALGON with 4 rink points, Brighton with 1. Many Blue Devils probably need to win both the singles and fours legs here. TRARALGON also with an 8-shot advantage if rink points are tied.
Picked up a 5 on the second last end to get that 8-shot advantage. So that will keep this one very interesting. So Nathan Murray here for TRARALGON Lyrebirds, showing just what he can do. Nice little toucher with his first bowl. The other semi-final happening over on rinks 2 and 3. That's Yarraville Footscray Dogs up against Sebastopol Burrows. They are 1 rink win apiece, so 3 points apiece and a slight margin to Yarraville Footscray on shots. We'll keep you updated with that. Of course, you can follow along on BowlsLink. Get all the scores end by end.
Yeah, Breton Code played a game winner with his last bowl in the pairs action to make sure rinks were split at 3 apiece. Which, as we've touched on, is huge. Pretty tough to come back from 6 rink points to 0 down. So, still plenty to play for. Nathan Murray. Fair 2 openers. I think we're going to see a bit of speed here. Chris Rosanis, no mucking about.
Bowled 2 different bowls in the roll-up, did Chris Rosanis.
This is absolutely nose the jack here, Tony.
Spot on. Out of bounds, and we'll set it up and play again.
If you've been tuning in over finals weekend or even last sectional weekend up at Barham, we've seen plenty of Chris Rosanis in action, Tony. He's actually changed equipment for this one.
Yes.
Gone from Aero Grooves to Aero Quantums.
That far short of the stitch is the request for the jack placement. VBL, of course, we don't roll jacks. We cut out a little bit of time. We place mats and place jacks, and we rip straight into it. 2-hour time limited match.
Nathan Murray just about puts it back to where they were. Back flops as well onto the line.
Fours action going on the rink next door, Sam. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll provide all the score updates that we can.
Yeah, should be a good contest. TRARALGON crew over all sectional weekend and finals weekend stuck with the same combination in all their disciplines. The Blue Devils have change their lineup just slightly. Kobe Kirby lead, Tristal in 2. Tommy Hines 3rd, and Brendan Gallagher skipping that rink.
Warm applause there for Nathan Murray.
This is a fair start.
Keep the locals happy. Bit of change over in the other singles match too. Pidge now, just Brett Marnie playing singles. Craig Mills had some singles duties. Brett Marnie assumed those yesterday. So there have been some changes in some of the teams. But as you say, Traralgon Lyrebirds on a winning combination decided to stick with it.
And the quality of players we have across all the teams, that anyone could just about play any discipline, any spot.
Yep.
It's Chris Rosanis.
Yep. In for second shot.
I was going to say he's nearly drew the shot there, but still down. Plenty of noise on the rink next door, really. Tony, the opening end in the 4s.
Yeah, I don't know if Traralgon Lyrebirds might be holding a couple. Brendan Gallagher still has one bowl to come for Brighton Blue Devils, so...
Alright, nice. Jumped back over to the backhand. Don't think he's too interested in it. Just on the high side, so...
Weight's pretty good, but 2.5 foot wide. I love the fact that these players, we're playing for some serious dollars here.
Yeah.
But they're all just having an absolute cracker of a time, some good smiles and sharing a few jokes. Morning, David at Mackenzie Park. Chris Rosanis just sailing slightly. Got his line spot on.
I think the laugh was that Chris Yarsku had shot and Angela Hackett, her marker, put up one yellow, and the boys didn't really know what that meant, but I think yellow's the close we got to orange for paddle, so
yeah.
Yellow paddle will be for Nathan.
So she's got a yellow and a blue paddle,
and a
blue
blue
for Brighton and yellow for Traralgon Lyrebirds.
The Lyrebirds pick up the mat on the ring next door. Pick up 2 shots on the opening end. Alright, Chris Rosanis, tough shot, just looking to try and draw this off.
Not a mile
I
away.
think it's just turned on him and underneath.
Oh.
Good weight for it, just underneath the line. So another single to Nathan Murray to open up a 2-0 lead. First to 21, so still a long way to go.
Morning, Adam Easton. Hope you're well, mate. Nice part of the world to be in down here in Gippsland. There's the Trewarn saying go Lyrebirds. Nice little vantage point up here. Above the green there's a deck, a viewing platform, which gives you the best spot in the house up here.
Plenty of the locals have made their way down to support the home team as well, Tony, in behind the rink and upstairs as well.
Yeah, they'll be cheering on Traralgon Lyrebirds as hard as they can to try and get them into the final. Of course, the winner of both semi-finals plays off for the $30,000 first prize. Runner-up gets themselves $15,000, and the 2 losing semi-finalists can take a fair bit of comfort in the $7,500 for equal third.
Handy couple of openers from the boys, just a foot short. Nathan on the forehand here. Just got to run and clear the front few. Not quite going to.
Brett Marnie opening up an early lead in the singles match over on the far rink. He leads 5-1 over Brenton Code.
And pretty good Nick, the birthday boy.
He's a brilliant singles player on carpet, that's for sure. I take nothing away from him on grass.
Saw him on stream this morning, played a very solid game.
Look at that beautiful shot of that upper deck there where you can sit and watch all of the rinks.
Yeah, cracking setup.
Yeah, if you haven't been to Traralgon Bowls Club, come on down and say good day. Holding two now is Phelpsy, Nathan Murray. No results from the footy, Sean. We're not talking footy. Not after my Saints got beat last night.
Alrighty, Chris Rosanna's just looking to correct for speed here. Owen's been decent enough with his opening few. Cannon's just going to
Speed was good. Unfortunately, he may have just tipped in a third shot. Both players still with one pill to come. Lynn's watching from Melton. Cheering on Todd Trewarn, who's skipping the fours on the rink next door. He played two absolute peaches of bowls yesterday to get Lyrebirds into the finals.
That was pretty fair indeed to get them through as far as game-winning shots go.
It was incredible. Absolute picture-perfect drive to pick up three, and then good enough to add a fourth to get them straight in. We're looking at going to a tiebreaker. Todd Trewarn said, no thank you, I'll take it straight away.
Nath, I think he's just drifting past here. Gave it a chance to trail the jack, so holding two.
And Jack at our marker confirms it is two. Laser-like vision from Sam Rogers. Chris Rosanis is awfully close here, but I don't think it's going to change anything. It will remain as two to Nathan Murray.
Good enough start from Phelpsy. Chris just taking a few ends to lock right in.
Yeah, good start up from Chris Rosanis. That's the shot bowl.
Nath just battling to get back. It has turned late. Might do enough for now still. Plenty of room for either of the lads to draw a shot. The ring next door in the fours that Jack has splashed out about a foot from the peg, so tough draw here, I think. Blue Devils possibly holding one. Still a couple bowls to come. Oh, Todd Sharon's just trailed the jack into the ditch in the nose, and that's just about end over next door. Lands right on top of it. Chris Rosanna's just sailing through. So in our other semi is Nate also just falling short. Level rink, so if either side wins both the singles and four legs, they are straight through.
Brendan Gallagher has just drawn right on the edge of the ditch.
I was going to say it couldn't be beaten. I don't think it's beaten it for shot, but it's got about as close as second as possible.
Yep.
Hanging right over the edge.
Pretty sure Todd will try and tip that in.
I think Chris has played this pretty well here, Tony. He's
Jack
getting
back is great.
a little touch on the jack and
Yep.
makes a certainty of one. Todd just missing Brendan's bowl. Brendo just saying, I don't think I can do any better, can I? Start. I think they might couple one down there, and yeah. So he's one down, but he can't do any better. And if he overplays and turns his own into the ditch, he's
Yep.
I think a multiple down. So
Not
it'll be
prepared to
one
take
to the
any risk.
Lyrebirds next door in the fours.
Pressure.
No pressure on Nathan Murray. He's just drawn the shot with his last. Little fist bump as well to get himself going. Lyrebirds are up and about here. Nichols in behind them. They've got all the support.
Just having a few issues with our Facebook feed, so YouTube still up and going and bringing you all the action. Switch over to YouTube if you can't find us on Facebook. Speaking of issues, what can Chris Rosanis do about the current issue of being one down? This is just going to be a bit under for my liking.
Ripped away again, and Nathan Murray with another end. It's on the first four ends of this match here.
So just a reminder, these two teams in the pairs and triples had a draw and a win to the Lyrebirds, which effectively is as good as two legs won, meaning Brighton Blue Devils really got to win both of these to make it through to the final, as they did last year. How's this for an opener, Sam?
Yeah, he's locked in here really early, and Chris beside that third bowl last end hasn't quite nailed it just yet.
No.
Obviously a change of stream rink here. We've moved one rink in. So slightly different to what the boys have been playing on stream rinks during the weekend, or over the weekend, sorry. Alright, Nathan Murray Just drifting past. Valley there, in past the jack. See if Chris Rosanas can open this up. He's got himself a good second shot, but needs to either fatten this up or make contact on Nath's bowl. Open up the jack. I think he's under the line here again, so just slightly battling for line early on.
I mentioned earlier he rolled out 2 sets of bowls in the roll-up.
Yeah.
Elected to choose his Aero Quantums. So tighter of a few lines. But
Yeah, slightly tighter, but still found himself cutting under the head a little bit, and Nath Murray probably
using
just
Henselite
drifted
XG,
through. Yep.
finding the line spot on there, just a foot or so beyond jack.
Yeah, good setup now. I think Rosie's lining up for some more speed. Doesn't like the shape of this head. He's going to try and disturb it. He's got contact on his own, and then what? Oh, he's got contact onto his own, the jack, which is...
He did take out the second best
Yeah,
Nathan Murray's bowls.
slightly fortunate result, but... only one down anyway, but the shape of the head was setting up really good for Phelpsy to even pop it himself with his next if that missed. And instead of getting his own bowl out clean, he's got it through a piece of the jack, and the boys will restart.
Nathan Murray's been good so far in this match. Certainly only early days, but his first bowl has been pretty handy each time.
Yeah, he's pretty good again here. He's just going really good on this sort of middle length.
A whisker away from being a toucher. And Chakadao marker, giving some clear answers to the question posed from Chris Rosanas. Just wondering what the bowl is in relation to the jack. Chris Rosanis.
Gave Chris Rosanis a bit of room and jumps on while he can. Traralgon crew holding a few next door. Also pretty interested. Brendan Gallagher's nearly drawn the shot here. Oh, side toucher. What a shot from Brendan Gallagher. Couple down.
Doesn't go up for any high fives.
You
or
want to
anything,
know if
just
he'd
says,
actually
yep.
drawn it or not. They're giving absolutely nothing away.
He's got it.
The Blue Devils are on the board.
Just as cool as you like, Brendan Gallagher. Doesn't need any high fives. Just turns back, very businesslike. Go and place the jack and let's start again.
Alrighty, Phelpsy with a little bit of a loose one there in terms of speed. See if Chris can draw another one. He's done very well.
Holding two.
Kirby gets the mat next door and puts one right on, so long way to go. Nathan Murray quite getting down. The Dogs held on to that 3 and the 4, so they're 7-0 up after the opening 3 ends. Pidgey going along pretty nicely as well, 6-4 up, and they're a fair way over. I think he might have a couple more to pick up there as well, so
You're right.
it's a good start for the Dogs in the other semi-final. Chris Rosanna's going to change over here onto the back end. Anything past the cover if Nath trails the jack is handy. Got the backers, so see what Phelpsy decides to do. And he sticks with his forehand draw, changes over and tries to see it off Chris's bowl, which is probably just a bowl in front of Jack High. Backhand with a bit more reaching speed, trying to make some sort of connection. Can he get in off this or rip the other one out?
It's one out.
Takes one.
Chris Rosanis has an opportunity just to add it straight back in. Brett Marnie did pick up 2 on that far rink. He leads 8-4 for Yarraville Footscray Dogs over the Sebastopol Boroughs. How's this, Sam?
Needs to run all the way. I'd say that's enough for a couple. Either way, Chris Rosanis has got himself on the board and does enough. Picks up a 2.
Settle a few nerves.
Yeah, did well. Killed a few ends in a row. He was on top. All for just a 3-shot lead. Interested to see if we...
Matty Ferrari with a bomb next door. Little trail on the jack. Kicks it back to his other bowl and Vinnie McElwain's. They're holding 3 TRARALGON Lyrebirds.
See if we're going to see a dramatic sort of change in length from Chris, but hopefully pretty similar. Just brought the mat up slightly, but Jack made it sort of closer to the tee at the same time. So
Yep, just picked up a 2. Why change? He is happy. Good start. And Hackett marking this rink. Her husband Brenton Hackett marking the far rink. He's the bowls coordinator here at TRARALGON Bowls Club. Just as Chris Rosanna starts to find it. Nathan Murray just with a slight loose one, a little short. Yeah, not a bad second bowl from Chris Rosanis. Nathan Murray just going off
under here, so
touch.
A little bit of a chance for Chris to put a third in. Right, draw as close as he can to put Phelps under much pressure as possible. Not sure he's too bad here. Just got to hold on. Does enough. Holding 3.
Yep.
Still room for Nath though. He's still got 2 to come.
Brett Marnie picks up 3 on the far rink in his singles match against Breton Code. 11-4 now.
Travelling along nicely.
Seems to accumulate big scores, Brett Marnie. We saw he and Tyson Cromie yesterday get through their singles match in about an hour.
Oh no, he's not far away. Gets up to that other side of the bowl and he nearly draws a shot, but doesn't quite. Falls down, and Chris Rosanis holding one in a look, so might have done enough there for a second shot. So Chris Rosanis holding one. Any touch it down the line, Tony, is a bonus.
Yeah.
Chance to make a 4 here. If he can trail the jack and get it to the right sort of area. Seen worse attempts. Oh, has he got enough to touch the jack far enough?
It's
It's
little whisker on
absolutely
it.
feathered it. Well, definitely 2. Don't know if it's feathered it enough for a third. Still a measure for that third shot. Wait from Brendo next door. No
Clears out
result.
a few bowls, but
Yeah,
no
Traralgon
change.
still holding a few there.
Well, they're down 4 and potentially 5.
No,
Probably
only
just
it'll
4.
only be 3 at the most, I reckon, because that's Tommy Hines' bowl this
Oh,
side.
is that Tommy Hines? Oh, sorry, him and Luke Hoskins' bowl look a bit similar, but yeah, you're probably right. You've got very, very good eyes, Sam. This is a great effort from Nathan Murray. Cuts
Yeah.
it back to 1.
Possibly was 3 down and flops in for second shot. Good bowl. Yeah. Yeah, so it is 5-3.
Nathan Murray just pointing out the scoreboard in the venue was behind slightly. Said 5-1 when it was actually 5-2, and then of course Rosie's just picked up 1 there, so now 5-3. Still a lead to Nathan Murray. Todd Trewarn has got a little fortunate edge and apologises straight away, but gets in for a 4th shot. Brendan Gallagher and Todd Trewarn both still have 1 bowl to come next door, so we'll keep you updated on the 4s match. Yeah, good line from Rosie. Still a couple of foot short.
Right, I think wait for Brendan Gallagher again on the ring next door.
He spills the jack out. It's going to be much better.
I don't know it is any better. I think Todd's still got 1 to come.
It's saying
Oh,
1
what was
down.
Tommy saying? So maybe 1 down.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think that's Tommy Hines' bowl as we look at it at about 3 o'clock. But so Vinnie McElwain's holding shot. Bowl not passing too far away from the feet of the players in the next rink over.
yeah, the Traralgon crew are having a good look at that. So still 1 to come. Brendo's had a drive, hit some front bowls, and the jack's scattered.
I think they can see the number.
There must be 1. If they're not holding more than 1, there's a bowl keeping them out of 4 or 5. I'm not sure if there's a way to get to it.
Nathan Murray just
past
gets
the head.
around
Doesn't
the hole
enough.
2. So you got Vinnie McAway, Matt Ferrari, Todd Trewarn. So there's at least, they're holding 1, and I've got at least 3 or 4 thirds. Got to try and remove the Brighton Blue Devils bowl. Pick up a big number next door.
Chris Rosanis.
This looks good to me, Sam.
Thank you for coming. Draws the toucher.
Hey, easy game.
Keep on that ring next door. Toddy stepped on the mat. Don't know if he's going to play it. From where we're sitting, almost impossible to see if there's any sort of port to land this bowl that's keeping them out of a number.
Well, that wasn't the design
Oh,
of the
wow.
ball.
Okay.
They retain 1 shot.
I think they were trying to sit out the bowl. Toddy's ended up
Gutsing the jack.
gutsing the jack nearly for 1 or 2 down, and his bowl was kept on following with it the whole way for 1. So
They've gone from 1 up to 1 up.
they've gone from 1 to 1. Interesting end, to say the least. Anyway,
Back to action here. Chris Rosanis holding 1.
move this jack around the corner again and be handy.
Yeah, just missed his line slightly on that one. Vinnie McAwain's been impressive leading in that 4 on the rink next door.
Yeah, been playing good. Good starter again there.
It's of course his home club. You'll know every weave of this carpet. Nath Murray just a touch under as well, so no change. That'll be 1 more to Chris Rosanis. He's picked up 3 ends in a row.
Yep, just starting to a bit of a shift of momentum. Chrissy started to find it a little better. Pidge absolutely flying over on rink number 2. 13-4 over Breton code. With the Force Crew 7-1 up after 4. Dogs in a nice position. But with this format, as we've already seen over the last 3 weekends, anything can happen.
This is true.
Nathan Murray, pretty good here, just got to keep running.
Good enough.
And falls in for shot. You can see in the background plenty of TRARALGON support for their home side. They've started pretty well across the board here. Chris Rosanis just drifting underneath. Still 1 to Nath. Any contact on his own or even sneak past and fall in is really handy.
Yep. Well played.
Good shot. Wonder if we'll see anything a little bit more aggressive from Chris. Wouldn't look too bad for the mat. Aggression it is. Needs his one to get down. Chance to get both bowls out. Oh,
Boom.
gets both bowls out. Big conversion. Chris Rosanna's
Rosanna showing just what he can do. He's had 3 drives in this match and not missed one.
Alrighty, Nathan Murray, can he replace this bowl? Those two needs it to run the last bit. Hasn't quite, so still be 2 to Chris Rosanna's with a bowl left each. Gonna jump onto this back end here. Got his own on the way in to turn up. Not too badly down here, I don't think, Tony. Just needs to stick around. That's enough for 3.
That's good enough.
Okay. And there are gaps as well.
It blocks
So-
up for Nathan Murray on the hand he was playing too.
See what he picks to play. There's gaps either side of the jack.
What should he play here, Sam? Give us your expert knowledge.
I wonder if he'll stick on the forehand and try and just draw this underneath. He's got Chris's 2 to the right to work off up to the jack or sit on. He's played 3 pretty good ones and his 3rd one's just missing out. Anything similar to his opening 2. He's just got to get under Chris's 1 to the left. I think he's pretty right. He's travelling, so he needs to land this back one. And that's exactly what he's done. Don't know if he's
I think a
fell
good
in.
shot, but might have cut it back. 1 to Chris Rosanas.
Angela's pretty keen on 2. She's got 2 paddles here ready to go. And has, so only cut out 1 there. Gave it a good chance on the forehand to land it in the bowls. Just didn't quite get the right angle or contact. And
4 ends in a row to Chris Rosanas after dropping the first 4 ends.
fell through. Big shot that 3rd bowl to remove.
Yeah.
Get both bowls out.
Absolute peach.
Big conversion.
Now in front, 6-5. First to 21.
Ring next door. Vinnie McElwain's opening bowl tone is still there and has
Yeah.
not moved, and
No.
no one's really come close to removing it. So, see what happens as Nathan Murray, fair reply here, draws a touch up. Sort of got the opposite of the game we had yesterday afternoon, involving Chris Rosanas in the singles against Brenton Code, where I think consecutive ends were won only twice throughout the whole game. No one could really get any momentum going, and here it's completely swung as Chris Rosanas on cue. Oh, just
Needed a whisker more speed.
Yeah.
Kick that one through.
yeah, I think the hand felt this was a bit of a loose one out,
Yeah, sort of shakes his head a little bit at himself.
wide and heavy.
Wouldn't mind my misses being like that.
Just Chris wondering the gap between his bowl and the shot bowl to see if he can play up on the back end here and make contact with his own to get through the shot bowl to make a couple. Don't know if it's a little too far away. He's going to come and have a look.
Yeah, he still looked a bit indecisive.
Yeah.
Asked his opponent, of course, obliged. Just working through the options. Those watching on YouTube may be familiar with Chris Rosanis. He represented Brisbane Pirates, Moreton Bay Pirates in the BPL. He's won a Queensland singles title. A very accomplished player.
Alright, so Chris Rosanis has come for a look and decided to roll with the backhand. Just movement in behind the rink. Reset himself. He's going to stick with his idea to try and get up through his own bowl and the shot bowl to pop it out. I don't think this is miles away, Tony. Needs to hold on.
Be jack back, which
he sliced the jack
ideal.
And Nath loose draw bowl has ended up the shot.
1 or 2. Just 1 confirms Ange Hackett, our marker. Ange, a very accomplished player in her own right. Region representative. Her mum won the Victorian Open singles this year too. Nice bowl, Nathan Murray. 2 and a measure is the official call.
Applauded by Chris Rosanis, likes that. Appreciates a good bowl when he sees one.
He does. He does. It seems to be an absolute gentleman.
The game before in the second last end, the boys dropped to 5. Lukey Hoskin played a massive bowl with his last to make it. Chris turned around, signalled 5 down, and then pointed to Luke. Good shot.
Yep. Testament to the sort of character he is. Gets it away smooth with this delivery too. How's he going, Sam?
He's okay. He's just got to clear this front stuff.
Yeah, he's done that. Has he got jack?
I wonder if he's sailing past or not. He's got a
A
touch
little
on the
edge
jack
off.
and
Well, he's cut one out.
got second shot for now. Expect
Now,
Nath
this
to...
is really interesting. If Nath Murray removes that shot, that last pole of Chris Rosanis,
Yeah, well,
he's in line for 3.
he's able to
He's
well, sit
to
and
draw.
stay. He's 3. But at the same time, he's got 2.5, 3 foot of room to draw a second, and that is what he's done.
Enough for him. So it looks like this game's going to be 4 ends apiece.
Yep.
And then each player takes their run of 4 ends and then they swap. Just gentlemanly like. Is that how it works, Sam?
Nothing more than a 2 though, so despite the run of ends going that way, it's still been fairly close. Pidgey trailing the jack on the far rink, pretty happy with it as well.
I do like the way Pidge talks to his bowls.
Get to it.
Get it clean. I've heard plenty of people say bowls don't have ears, but Pidge's bowls certainly seem to listen to him. Great start here from Nathan Murray. Just an inch or 2 short of being a toucher. Some very interested spectators in the background. Split allegiances as to whether they're watching the singles or the 4s. Just a touch hot.
Oh, he's pretty good
Not
again.
a bad
It's
spot to finish.
just about perfect spot. Runs up with the jack. Chrissy just looking to draw this one off. Good enough weight for it. He's first. I think he's pinched this one though, underneath. rink next door, Tony. Have a look whose bowl is resting next to the jack 3/4 of the way through the end.
Yeah, he's making that a habit, is Vinnie McElwain.
Alright, Nathan just jumped over to the forehand here. Just has to beat these bowls on the left, but let's drop the weight and changing over. Chris trying hard to get down now. He flicks his own. Oh, I was going to say in, but sort of middled it now. It's fell out, so still one on a look. Nath just trying to figure out which one he's got to beat to get definitely second shot, but I think it's a bit of a three-way measure at the moment.
Yeah, Ange saying the front one, but it's very close. So. Simple equation is beating them both, Nathan Murray. Don't mind this, Sam. Don't mind this.
Doesn't want to open it up. And has superb weight just to sit there for a definite 2, so 2 on a look here.
Rosanna will have something to say about it though. So just repeating, Sebastopol up against Yeovil Footscray Dogs. They both won a rink in the pairs and triples, so they're split. Currently the Dogs leading the singles and the fours. Chris Rosanna's playing with weight. He's got contact on the jack.
Oh, no way.
Jack spits
No
forward.
way.
Bounces off a back bowl, spits forward. He shakes his head.
Crazy result.
So that was a little fortunate. But played for it. Good enough to hit it. You see the drive was spot on target. Jack collects off Nathan Murray's bowl and then comes forward.
It's right next to
Goes
it.
backwards, then forwards, then a little bit sideways to complete the trifecta. And the end result of all that, Chris Rosanas picks up a single.
It's hot at 7 apiece. This is going to go a long way to... I said to Nath before the game, I reckon this is going to be 20 all, I said to him.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get timed out.
Yeah.
Time limit gets wiped out for the final, but semi-final it's still in play. We did have one singles match yesterday timed down. I think it was Ali Forsyth 2019.
Yeah, that was against J-Boy in the last game against Deer Park yesterday.
They had a great game. Just couldn't quite get there.
Got to have a few dead ends for that to happen, I think.
Yep.
We've only had, what have we had, 2 here?
3.
3?
Oh, maybe 2 actually. No, you might be right. And speaking of dead ends.
Next door, Brendan Gallagher's put the jack in the ditch, but he hasn't because it's bounced back off the bank and out of bounds.
It was in the ditch
It was in the ditch
momentarily.
for a short moment, so they'll restart there.
Chris Rosanas left a little bit of room for Nathan Murray with his first bowl. Can't afford to do that.
I'm not sure if Nathan's paid him. No, he's done pretty well. Kept spinning.
I like it. Kept spinning. Kind of feel a little bit lost without my Facebook comments coming through.
Maybe I could.
Yeah.
Maybe Brad could put some comments in.
Tell you what, here's a comment. Chris Rosanas knows how to bowl. Nice little side touch up.
Shot.
I'm sure the Facebook comments would be saying, great shot. Shot Rosie.
Rosie.
On you, Chris.
Nath, not far away, just a little bit short. The Falls game in the other semi is tightened up. Burrows are back to within 1 now, trailing 6-7 after 6. They need Brenton Code to wrestle his way back into his singles game against Pidge, but currently trails 14-6, and I think it's another 1 to go on there to Pidge, just signalling.
Yep, correct. 15-6 now. You can follow along all these scores through BowlsLink. Players all scoring their own individual matches. No scorecards these days.
Gee, that's a great effort. He couldn't have got much closer there to sitting Chris's bowl out.
No pens, no pencils, no scorecards in use at VBL. Everything done electronically. If you'd like to implement that at your club for your next event, jump on the BowlsVic website. Look up the details of Matt Atobre, the Club Education and Training Manager. He'll be able to teach you everything you need to know about BowlsLink.
Righty, Chris be pretty happy if he's able to get back down here and get another one in there. Doesn't want to make a target, but past the jack, so
probably wanted to be another foot through.
Yeah, if he ended up getting anywhere down to the tee would have been ideal.
Nathan Murray's had a really good sider with his last bowl.
Pretty positive with this. I think it's not too far
start
away.
ripping
All
now.
Tony. It's just about got it smack
This
bang in the middle.
is peachy keen, Billie Jean.
Trails it all the way through.
Does he get a couple out of it? Or does he just get
I
one?
think it may be only 1. We'll wait to see. Chris not giving anything away here.
No, I think he said it's close, so they may have to put a tape on this.
Yeah, they're going to have a look.
No players have their own tape, so just asking for the tape from our marker. And Hackett obliges. Nathan Murray will do the duties. It was just a single. Nathan Murray. Wowzers. Tommy Hines with a big drive next door,
hit,
but
no result.
misses everything. Gave it a fair old roost.
This is a new end, and Vinnie McElwain has the shot.
It's a
But not
rinse
on
and
repeat.
repeat
It's
over
not
there,
the
isn't it?
same end. It is a different end. Starter from Rosie.
Oh, Lukey Hoskin just a touch heavy.
Just trying to get one past the jacket and sailed all the way through next door.
Too many Wheaties this morning.
Tommy Hines winding up again. Big wind up.
Yeah.
Oh, got that away. Pretty good as well.
He's cleared out a few.
I reckon he's got a little bit fortunate there. He's clipped one of the front ones and that's redirected it onto the pack of shot bowls and it's cleared it right out. And
I'd say there's
not
still
sure who
down a
has
couple.
shot, but there's about 2 or 3 foot of room now.
Well, I think that's Vinny and Luke Hoskin, so I think they're still holding 2 next door. Back to action here. Chris Rosanis with his second bowl. Nice bowl. Chris Rosanis.
Nath Murray just going to pull up short. Not sure if that's in Chris's way or not. He might be around that. Not sure if that's going to force him to change hands or not. Chris just trying to figure out which bowl of those is the shorter. It's easy to get past to draw another. Rick next door. Tommy Hines drive open the head up, and Brendan Gallagher's drawn a touch up. And Rosie's pretty close here. He's going to use his own and fall back. Turn on ones, holding 3 here. There's a little zone for Nath to search up on. Try and get some jack movement happening. Either that or he might just play sort of in between weight on the forehand, try and punch his own through, or give himself a chance to turn a bit and work off Chris's shot bowls. See what he goes with. Yeah, really swinging up here for the jack. He's under, but there is contact happening. Only contact to clip one of his own right out of the head. Opens it up slightly for him. Chris still one to come. In 11 ends we've seen 4 multiples and they've all been 2s, so nothing more than that. This is the best chance seen for a big multiple so far. If Chris can add this one in, of course Nath's still got one to come. Ring next door, Brendan Gallagher with last bowl, looking to add in a second. He's pretty disappointed with that, I think. Sailing past, they pick up a single. And out man Rosie, drawn in past the jack there. So still just the 3. Speed here again from Phelpsy.
It's a better line.
I think he's better as he got the front one. And a piece of the jack. He wants the jack to go out here.
Uh-oh.
It's not going to.
One bowl may have gone out. But the jack did not.
Yeah, he's a little unlucky. Jack goes a foot further, we restart. Instead, I think, yeah, Rosie's bowl's out, so there's our first big multiple for the game. It's 3 to Chris Rosanison. That's a good time for a change in commentary, Tony.
Back in we go, just when we thought we couldn't do any better than Sam Rogers.
Any worse, you
Whitehead comes in.
Any worse? Give me the worst intro I've ever been given.
There's a little false start or two there. But I'll tell you what I can tell you, Jimmy, this one has been absolutely neck and neck. 1s and 2s everywhere until the very last end. Chris Rosanis picked up a 3. Nathan Murray hit the drive relatively well, but just kicked a few things the wrong way. Next door, it is 5-2 with the Brighton Blue Devils just picking up a single.
Yeah, into the 7th end over there. It sort of feels like, or it sort of felt to me, I've been walking around just watching on the side and stuff, that the Lyrebirds have been in control, but yeah, Chris getting 4 in front and then just pegging that lead back to 3 in the 4s makes it interesting. Feels like the other semi-finals going the way of the doggies.
Yeah.
Unless Brenton Code can really pull some of it out of the bag in that singles game. He's 16-7 down against Brett Marnie currently.
11-7 here as I correct what my fat fingers have done.
Shot from Phelps.
Phelps started off very well. He won the first 4 ends, but then it's just been a touch off since then. Chris Rosanis, the opposite. Didn't start so well, but since then's been very good.
Oh, Rosie. Chris Rosanis, what a bowl. He is some player. So Lyrebirds just need to win a leg, Tone. And they're into the final. Oh, Phelps is close here. Nathan Murray, what a shot.
Well played.
What a reply.
It's got the crowd up and about.
It'll get better if the Lyrebirds are in this afternoon. There's a tournament on at Morwell. They'll be finished about 2:30. So I'll be all scooting up here, I reckon. 10-15 minute drive.
Why wouldn't you want to?
Vinny giving Phelps a bit of a talk next door.
Yeah, Vinny's been going well next door. Consistently had one on the jack the last 3 or 4 ends. He's only played 6 ends in that match, so he's been good.
In the vicinity, got to start turning now and needs to start turning hard. A feather would have worked either, but just narrowly missing. A raw smile from Chris on the way through as well.
How does Nathan Murray get an extra shot in here, Jimmy? Trying to
Same
roll
bowl.
his own over onto the jack.
Same bowl, forehand. Land inside of Chris's is good. He happens to get his own, as you say, roll it through the jack. It should be okay. It'll go towards his other orange bowl at the back. Or landing his own straight down the line's good as well. Sensational weight for it, but just a bit narrow. Single to Nathan Murray.
I know my standing in the commentary position when you get brought over some water and you get the Rolls Royce and I've got the old Daihatsu Charade of water.
I did just look at that. I'm like, what's going on?
And then you get a massage as well. My goodness gracious me. Probably fair enough too.
I used my hour while I just floated around all sides of the green talking to everyone. Getting some
Why
info,
not?
inside info from people. The Brighton team fueling up at La Porchetta last night, sticking a few pizzas in themselves.
Yeah, carb loading. Brenton Code might have done some good stuff over on the far ring. Looks like he might pick up a couple over there. Trailing 16-7.
He's going to need a few more.
Shots to be added from that end, yeah.
Because the fours rink for the Boroughs have come right back, 7-6 now. So they're got a 9-shot deficit to overcome as well. So that means they've got to win both legs to forget about that, or if they split one apiece, they've got to somehow get 9 shots back on the Dogs. And you feel it's going to have to be Brenton Code who does the heavy lifting of that. It's a lot easier to score in singles than fours. Numbers anyway. As this game just continues at ding-dong pace, they're just bowl for bowl.
Brendan Gallagher's been pretty handy next door too. He's been able to shine when his team's needed it.
You see a few ends ago, Todd Drawn had a shot to make an 8. Phelps can still stay on the back end. That's landed pretty much on the line.
It's a fair way short. It's probably 4 feet, maybe a touch more short.
He's on the trot. He's going to start bending about now. Can he get down to the jack? Inside, that's good. What a shot from Phelps.
Boom.
I don't think anyone else saw it because there was no applause. We saw it. Sensational bolt.
I've been a little bit busy watching Todd Trewarn draw a shot on the rink next door. Tough for the fans of Traralgon that are lying in the back of this rink. We watch rink 6 or 7.
And upstairs on the mezzanine.
Yep. No shortage of them up there. Is this the heartbreaker for Nathan Murray?
So let me tell Chris has got to land the back bowl of Phelps. He's close, Tone.
What?
He's close.
Oh, he just got the wrong edge.
If he didn't flick that, he was golden.
Yep.
Just caught the edge of the first bowl of Nathan Murray's, and Phelps gives him a high five. Just to say, yeah, I know how close that was, mate. And unfortunately for Chris, it's probably made it harder to sit as well. Doesn't want to give him anything jack high, really. Short of the jack's fine here for Phelps. Just nothing on that sort of seam length.
Yeah, this is pretty handy.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yep.
Especially if he goes behind. Yeah, he does.
Holding 3.
That's very, very good.
So Brenton Code did pick up a couple of shots on the far rink. Still trailing 16-9, but has one right on the jack.
Looks like the Lyrebirds have scored next door. 1 or 2, I reckon, but we'll wait for the scoreboard to be updated.
Righto, back to action here. Chris Rosanis on the mat. 3 down. Changing hands.
Trying to draw to the jack on this forehand. It's pretty well cast. Start turning about now. Chris Rosanis.
Wow.
Jack for 2. What a bowl this is. That is sensational stuff. What an end of
3
singles.
down to 2 up.
That is a massive bowl. It was about to go 11 apiece. Instead he's 13-8 in front.
And Nathan Murray gives him a little low 5 for that. So that's just really well played.
There's nothing else Phelps could have done then. Like that was a... Yeah, I'm pretty confident if I'm Phelps there that I'm going to come away with at least a couple. What a bowl from Chris.
You see in the graph just the 1-3 in this match. 8 singles, 5 ends where 2 shots have been scored.
Unfortunately messed up our perfect symmetry then, because the 3 to Phelps would have been 11 all. Same amount of singles, 1-3 would have been great. Same amount of 2s.
Yep, after the 4 ends apiece at the start.
Chris, you've got no eye for detail, mate.
Yep. Between Todd Trewarn ruining our chance at a tiebreaker and now Chris ruining our symmetry. What's going on, people?
Looks like Brett Marnie's going to get a 1 on the far rink.
I think
oh no,
it might be Brenton Code.
Yeah, it is Brenton Code. Well, Brenton Hackett stitched us up a bit there. He got the red one in his hand ready to go and then realised he had the wrong one. So
Yeah.
16-10 now in that singles game, which seems to be the pivotal leg in that one. 8-6 to the doggies in the fours over the Boroughs. So that's going to go down to the wire. If Brenton can somehow get up in that singles, then the Boroughs are on. If he goes down, then it's going to be very difficult for the Boroughs to cover the 9 shots plus whatever Brenton goes down in the singles. A good start from Chris here. He's going to hang around on this, slightly narrow, but 2, so Phelps needs to correct.
Just a reminder here, TRARALGON Lyrebirds won the pairs 20-12 and drew in the triples. So as Jimmy says, any rink win for them. They'll find themselves into the final.
They updated their fours.
Yep, still 5-2.
That'll be 3. Chris. No, it'll just be 1. How's that only 1?
Yeah, not sure. Could be.
Now I can see it's probably not 3, it's 2, but yeah, right. And Jacket has the best view, so I assume she's right. Can he hold on long enough here, Phelps?
It's going to change after this. Still stay at 1. Definitely 1.
I don't mind a bit of aggression with his last Phelps if it stays like this. He can land his last bowl, knock Chris's out the head, or get Jack back. He's the furthest back. Obviously got Facebook issues, Tony. I'm actually missing the interaction with the viewers on this one.
So I said the exact same thing to Sam.
But comment on YouTube. I don't know, most people are on the big smart TV, but feel free. We've got the chat up on YouTube in front of us, which I don't normally have, so.
Nice bowl. Chris Rosanis not quite in for another.
I'm even more a fan of the attack now from Phelps, because he could play a very good bowl and go 3 down here. He catches the edge of that jack. Or I could just try and sink the jack. If he happens to get his own bowl, he'll flick that one of Chris's out. Could even stay for 2 depending on his weight.
Chris Rosanis going to have a little bit of trouble if they do make it through to the final. He's got an 8:40 p.m. flight.
He's no chance. Absolutely no chance.
We're probably 2.5 hours from the airport. Game scheduled to finish around 6:30. So
he's
unless he can get the helicopter, there's going to have to be some swift
30
change
grand
of flights.
prize money. Might have half a shot. Inside Phelps and flop down. Get his sit. He does. That goes close.
Don't think it quite gets there, but it's a good effort. Just confirming that is 1 more to Chris Rosanis.
14-8 he leads.
Lyrebirds picked up a 2 on the previous end in the 4s.
If you're a Boroughs supporter, Brenton Coates holding 1 currently with Pidge on his last bowl in that singles, currently 16-10. That's the pivotal leg. So 4s is very close, 8-6 to the Dogs through 7. But the end will be dead over there. in that singles game, so it's still 16-10. We have our first commenter on YouTube. Good morning for you, Ian. It's a fair commitment watching over from the UK.
Yeah.
Shot from Nathan Murray. Time's moving quick in this one, Tone.
It sure is.
Just the edge of it for Chris. Still under Nathan, though. So we're 35 minutes out. Have I got more? Am I right on that?
Yeah, we started this one at 11:25 a.m. So yeah.
Feels like these singles could be a while yet. Longer than 35 minutes, so. Just got to hurry to as much as you can. Oh, possibly. He'd be annoyed because he's got a perfect 2 balls to sit on at the back, so he could have afforded to be just overweight.
Nice little shelf there. It's like a bit of a lull's come across the green at the minute. I think everyone's starting to realise just how close it all is and what it means to go from a semi-final to a final.
It firstly means $7,500.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
Could even mean 22.5. It's big dollars. I think Brett and Code might be holding 2 or 3 down there. Brett Marnie's on the drive. Misses everything. It's the big end on the far rink. Back to action here. Chris Rosanis confirms it is just 1 to Nathan Murray so far. A little polite edge off a front bowl.
Polite edge.
How else do you describe it? Fortunate edge. Without being disrespectful to anyone. Actually, these two and almost everyone here have played the game in really good spirits.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
No, there's been times when people have got lucky and they've straight away apologised and just both players or both teams had a bit of a smile to each other. It happens.
Close.
This is very close.
Yeah, it does
well
good.
played.
Makes a couple for himself there.
There's a bit of action next door.
I almost said to you, I thought I'll keep my mouth shut just to let's see what happens, but I'm pretty sure Brenton Code was holding 3 or 4 over there and Pidgeys just killed the end.
Yep. Yeah, that was a big one. Pidgeot had a couple of drives.
Well, Brenton's obviously in the ascendancy over there because he just killed it last few ends. So he's just got to make him stick somehow to give the Boroughs the hope there. They have gone 12-6 down in the fours though, Tone. So a lot of work for them to do across both rinks. Doggy's looking pretty good for a final spot as we speak. You'd have to think TRARALGON are slightly noses in front just because they do lead the 4-7-3 now, so it's one to Brighton that last end. There's only 4 ends left to go over there. Nathan Murray. Oh, grabs a shot. Chris is close though. He's drawing this absolutely cold. Great ball by the Pine Rivers man. Playing for the Brighton Blue Devils. I hope we see more of him in Victoria, Tone, Chris.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for the teams here to see him, and they are looking for a marquee player.
I'll move on from that one, Phelps. He definitely didn't want to be short. Just needs to make a connection with this shot bowler, Chris's, that's loaded on the jack. Any small rub back will get it to the other orange at Nathan Murray's. That feels a tad wide to me. More speed. Line was good.
Chris Rosanis try and get crafty and sit out the second shot.
It's got risk reward though, because if he does
does
accidentally knock his own and give shot away, it's a nice easy drawing for him. Oh, tried the inside out version. Just a single for Chris. 15-10. So we have just under, a tick under half an hour to go at 29, maybe 28 minutes now.
It's going to be close on all these matches, these fours matches on their 9th end, so you'd think they'll at least place the mat and jack. A few ends killed. You look at some of the firepower across these rinks.
I reckon he's definitely the most. I mean, obviously there's a fair bit of not only pride but prize money on the line. This is the most tense we've had all weekend here.
It is.
At TRARALGON Bowls Club. Yeah, good first ball from Nathan. Grabs a shot. Chris will grab it back off him.
He just doesn't miss by much ever.
Nah.
For sure, honest. But he's hit some terrific shots.
It's unflappable as well, I know.
Mm.
Looks like Brett Marnie's won an end on the far rink. It's a 17-10. He leads the singles. If he does get home, they're 1.5 steps into the final. 1 3/4. Chris just waiting for the rink next door to bowl.
Oh, great bowl. Brendan Gallagher sits out Vinnie McElwain's bowl.
For 4 or 5. There's a few. It's a few. It's Tristall in front. Tommy Hines at the 2.
Yeah.
And then the white one's Kobe's.
I think it might be 5.
Todd Trawarn's still got 2 bowls though, so don't panic if you're a Lyrebird fan.
We've seen Todd Trawarn play some terrific shots last night.
He's just got to get into the head here, make something happen. Oh, they don't hold 4 or 5 for much longer next door because he does get in the head. Jack goes out sideways and it's probably 1 to TRARALGON now.
Yep. Well played. 5 down to 1 up. He breathes a big sigh of relief.
And Phelpsy on his haunches there. He's a bit frustrated with himself. Chris is holding a couple. If he can add a third here, he's going to get in striking home distance in one end.
It's big in the context of this match, isn't it?
Or just put all the pressure on the fours game then.
Ooh.
I think Brendan Gallagher's probably drawn shot next door. But plenty of room for Todd Trawarn and the level of bowls he's been playing this weekend. You'll back him to draw that? A couple of feet.
I think so. He's got 2.5 feet maybe, so player of his skill.
Wants the inside of that, Chris. Sits his own down, so it's still only 2. I think, let's see what Ange says. 2 in a measure, she says.
It's close. I'm going to say it's 3.
Attacking. Narrow. Anything can happen though, Tone.
Yeah, there'll be.
Oh. Nothing does happen. So it'll be 2 in a measure. Thanks for coming, Vicky. I'm glad you got back safe. It has been and still is a terrific weekend of bowls here. So 2 to Chris there, Tone, 17-10, he'll lead now. Todd didn't get the shot next door, so it's 7-4 into the 10th end over there. As we go close.
Technology obviously not my strong suit here as I fumble my way through the computer.
Poked yourself in the eye as well.
It's not unusual. Well, you only let me use a plastic fork at dinner.
Yeah. Talking of I can't even say the word now. I'm hoping she's listening. She's probably not though. But Robin in the office, I watched her use a computer the other day, and I went, "Yeah, wow. Is this what you oldies do? You know, there's way faster ways of doing what you're doing." Shot from Chris. You getting edgy if you're Traralgon now? You know you're only going to win one rink. Are you starting to feel the pressure?
Look, I think so, but as good as the match has been, 9 ends in, only 11 shots scored, so it's not like they're dropping big numbers. They're 3 in front, and they're not playing badly at all. Even when they've been in a bit of trouble, we just saw Todd Trewarn down 5 and good enough to spit the jack out. So. Great bowl. Chris Rosanis doesn't want to kick it too far. Certainly holding 1. Don't think he holds 2.
Holds.
Holds. Won't even let me use a plastic fork soon.
Be feeding you. Oh, Phelps is close here. Nathan Murray to get to the jack if he can. Oh, wow. He couldn't have gone any closer if he tried.
I reckon aside from the first 4 or 5 ends, that's kind of been the match for Nathan Murray. He's never been far away, hasn't done a lot wrong, yet he's staring down the barrel of a 17-10 deficit. Familiar story next door, Vinnie McElwain with a couple right on the jack.
Just going to wreck his own out, Chris. Might jack in the well for Phelps, possibly. He can't really cause any more damage. I don't know if he's 1 or 2 down, but I think he can look for a jack for 3.
Yep.
Firm and positive.
Knowing his luck, he'll halve it out of bounds or something.
Yeah. Right, he's in a decent position to start with. He's starting to come towards that jack now, Tone. Can he keep going?
Turn hard.
It's a piece of it, and has grabbed the shot at least, so he didn't get 100% at what he wanted. He's sort of standing
far off.
He's standing staring, thinking, if I don't have shot here,
yeah,
I'm going to be rather annoyed. I'm going to look as angry as that lyrebird does on my shirt.
Slightly unimpressed.
Yeah,
Lyrebird.
agitated. He makes a couple. Shot from Nathan Murray.
Pidge picks up more shots over on the far rink. He leads 18-10. He's just picked up
1
single. Moves ahead to 19-10.
13-6 the way the dog is in the 4s as well, so they are almost home. The Burrows, who've put up an amazing fight in the sectional weekend and this finals weekend. They've gone the furthest of any of the new franchises, so it's a feather in their cap. 16 minutes to go.
He's probably asked that question 8 or 9 times this match, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Obviously a good tactician. Wants to know exactly what the options are and will be.
He's very aware of what's happening next door, Chris. There's a few times he's stopped to watch the shot. Brendan trying to rake through ahead. They're probably 2 or 3 down from my reading of that head next door, and he's missed with his first, Brendan. So
Yeah, I think that's Luke Hoskin along with the 2 Vinnie McElwain bowls. So 3 down. Matty Ferrari, I reckon, is a good, wise head in that rink.
yeah,
They were just talking about whether or not we put one out the back. Matty Ferrari says, if you've still got another one,
yeah.
signifying they've got last bowl. Back to action here. This is not a bad track, Jimmy.
Yeah, he's in the area. Just got to hurry. Still under Chris.
Right, Todd Trewarn has elected for some cover out the back.
Brendan's obviously playing with some pace. He did with his first. It's going to get pretty big, this shot for Brendan over there. They are holding through it. It'll take them 10-4 with 2 to play. And a reminder, they only need to win one of these 2 legs, the Lyrebirds, after half in one rink before and winning the pairs. Chris adds another. Brendan goes again next door. He's connected with something. Jack's moved. They are holding now at Brighton.
Chromies.
I think
Shot.
I think it's only 1 to Brighton though, but a massive hit from Brendan Gallagher. They were 3 down and possibly staring at Chris Rosanna's making his flight home on time. Now they're half a shout of making Lloyd rebooking flights.
What a good problem to have.
Bit quick from Phelps.
I don't know, is it? I think that's good enough for
Wow,
shot.
that's me not being able to call that at all. Then he's drawn the shot. Top stuff from Nathan Murray. Fell quick.
I only say that because I thought the previous bowl was really good and ended up being short.
Can sit it for 3 though, Chris. It's in a good home to sit. It is over in the singles for the Dogs and the Boroughs.
1 to
10.
10.
So the Boroughs
Rosanna's just missing.
look to be defeated there because that puts them 19 shots behind. So they need to get a 19 margin, which they're not going to get because they're 6 down with only 2 ends left to play in the 4. So they'll complete the end they're playing and won't play the last end. But what an awesome effort by the Sebastopol Boroughs.
Yep.
They've gone the furthest of any of the new franchises. They'll bow out in the semi-finals, which means that the Yarraville Footscray Dogs will form one half of the final. Traralgon Lyrebirds are looking to be the other team in that finals, and Todd Trewarn has just brought one of Vinnie McElwain's into shot bowl next door, so it'll be 8-4 after 10 ends to the Lyrebirds. They've just got to win one rink. And they look like they're going to do it.
I think Chris Young has just realised it, sort of looked at the scoreboard, so I think you're spot on, Jimmy. They'll complete this end just for the sake of. All right, back to action here, Nathan Murray.
What are they doing that scoreboard next door? They're 8-4 now.
It was 5-2. Traralgon picked up a 2, went 7-2. And then single, single, single.
Just change that end back to 10. Oh no, it is 11, yeah. So maybe we're missing an end, that was us.
Zanis picks up a single in action here. He moves ahead to 18-12. Robbie Baker might be just about spent for Sebastopol Burrows.
He looks like the most deflated man in here.
Yeah.
He has worn his heart on his sleeve this entire weekend. We've definitely missed out on him when he wasn't very well for the sectional weekend, but he's been a pleasure to watch.
Played so well on Friday night, the stream match.
As have all of the Sebastopol. I've really enjoyed them being out. Been a credit to the club. Can't wait to have him back in VBL2, whenever that looks like.
So the situation here is Brighton Blue Devils really need to win this fours match. They look to have a little bit of control on the singles as we approach the 10-minute warning mark.
Good job you're paying attention.
I think it was 12:15. So 12:15, the warning will go. 1:15, I should say, the warning will go up, which is just about now.
10-minute warning, guys. 10 minutes.
Right on cue. So 18-12 in this match. There is still some danger that this one doesn't get completed.
Which would be a shame. Either way, because it's been a terrific game.
Yeah, nice rock from Nathan Murray.
So need 5 and 2 ends, the Blue Devils next door. And obviously not to concede as well. Chris is winding up here, Tone. Not massive weight, but he's close. He's very, very, very close.
Oh.
Gets the cap on the
Not
side.
much of a gap there too. Just enough to get one through. Just half weight.
You wouldn't have even drawn the gap there if
No.
you looked before. A little jack splash is real good for Nathan Murray here, and that's exactly what he gets. That's a very good ball by him. I think he's holding the 3 now. Angel confirms she does.
Lovely bowl, Nathan Murray. Chris Rosanas just applauding Nathan Murray. Says, good shot, mate.
Yeah, they played a lot of the best mates, these two. I don't know if they knew each other before this game, but they've honestly played each other like they go way back. Oh, Tommy Hines next door. Bellies a jack, but it goes out of bounds. So they'll be replaying that. They've got 8 minutes to get through that end. Get the mat down for the last end. Doable-ish, right on the nose.
It is. Old habits die hard. The amount of times there's been a dead end and they quickly roll a jack back. And invariably someone down the other end laughs at him and says, we've got 2 of them, remember? We don't roll it. Brendan Gallagher, the brunt of that one at this end.
Still laughing at himself.
Yeah, so that's...
Chris on the backhand.
Wow.
He just didn't dip at the end. I mean, he's moved the jacks. He might have cut 1 or 2 out there, but...
I thought that had it nailed from about 5 yards out.
See, I always felt it was higher than that. Whatever it is, Phelps will be trying to sit that bowl if it's cut a few out.
And Jacket says 2.
Yeah, okay. Well, you can make... I use it in inverted commas. It's an easy 4 if he just sits that ball on the forehand.
Yep.
There's no danger. If he's tight, he'll roll his own in anyway.
Yep. Good call. Jimmy Whitehead, that's why they call you the master tactician, the best in the universe.
I think it's only you that calls me that.
That was the first time.
But I'll take it. Good area for Phelps. Very good area
close.
for Phelps.
Well
what a shot.
And the crowd goes Cocoa Bananas.
Rups out. Gets the full house.
Count of 4.
I'll call him Phelps. You play him.
18-16.
Great pickup.
In a game with only 6 minutes remaining. Nathan Murray strategically placing the jack not far off the minimum. He wants the option of killing an end if he should desire. Chelsea Pollock's happy with that one. Great shot.
Real happy. Capitals and everything. A
Yep.
couple of exclamation marks. 3 exclamation marks. Big fan of that shot. It was a very good one.
And a good little opener here from Nathan Murray. He's putting a bit of pressure back on Chris Rosanis.
I reckon Chris runs this. There's my tip. Go on, Chris. Yeah. No. Looks like Matty Ferrari's gone good next door.
Yeah, very, very handy player.
I reckon Chris thought about it. He went and then he switched. When he's that far behind, you call that a run anyway, couldn't you?
Well, true.
Good home. Sets himself up, so Phelps has got to try and turn his own behind the jack out. 4 minutes to go.
They are playing out that last end in the 4s between Sebastopol and Yarraville Footscray, just playing for a little pride over there.
Fair play.
And Nathan Murray, has this put a blinking light on it, as you'd say, Jimmy?
Surely. Oh, this is close. This is close.
Got one out. Goes
Opens
get
it up.
both. Well played. Still down 1, but Jack is now free and naked.
A naked Jack.
A bare Jack, naked Jack, yeah. Been in this chair too long, haven't I?
It's time for your arrow breaker, I can tell.
Yeah. Has Phelpsy got enough steam? I think it's just shy. One and a measure. Chris Rosanis wants to come down and just confirm. 3 minutes remaining in this match.
Less than.
This is where I don't like time limits. It's exciting. Just want it to continue. We certainly need them. They do get removed for the final. Yeah, Luke Hoskin promotes Matty Ferrari's bowling. It was sitting there cherry ripe.
I've just seen Matty Ferrari fist pump like Australia have finally beaten England in sport. He is like he's gone wild
like
with
in
that.
the last Ashes series.
No, you drew, mate.
I mean, like the last 95 times at Lords, your
don't-
home of cricket.
Don't forget you're celebrating a draw in the cricket, but he's gone
No, we're
wild
celebrating
there.
retaining the Ashes. Great bowl, Chris Rosanis.
Great shot. You know, Australian cricket has fallen when you're celebrating retaining. You used to be good, you guys, you know. I don't reckon they'll get more than one end in this single, so that could be huge. I think they'll just about get to the next one. They're going to have to be quick though. Just wide from Phelps.
Chris Rosanis actually has a chance to sit out the second shot for game here.
Yeah, he does, you're right.
That did not miss by much for Nathan Murray.
He does. I think regardless, I don't think they're going to get another end in. Unless they're quick.
Here it is from Chris Rosanis. Can he take out Nathan Murray's bowl for the match?
He's just trying to draw a second. He does. They've got to be quick. They've got about 15 seconds to get this mat down.
Well, that's the beauty of not rolling the jack. Jack's already
14,
placed. So
13, 12, 11. Someone tell him. He's going to get it down.
He's got the mat down with about 8 seconds to spare. Too easy.
And the extra second is just took to unlock my phone and turn the volume up.
So 19-16 is the current lead to Chris Rosanis, which leaves the equation at a very simple one. Nathan Murray needs a 3 to tie, a 4 to win. Any other result is a victory in the singles to Chris Rosanis. Can't afford any short bowls now, Nathan Murray. It's a good start up. Perhaps didn't want to go quite that long, but can you see the situation over there? Is it still Matty Ferrari holding one for TRARALGON Lyrebirds? It looks like it.
Yeah. I imagine it's got to be a kill required from Brendan here and restart. Oh, he
That's Todd
smacks.
Trewarn's block up. So
That was
well
obviously a
played.
good blocker. Yeah. So there's only have one more bite of this cherry, Brighton Blue Devils, to try and get that jack out of bounds and restart it, because they've got to complete the end even though the time limit's gone. So there's no respots or anything. They'll have to just keep replaying the end until it's completed. Same in the singles if there is a killed end.
True. So if nothing changes, we're looking at TRARALGON Lyrebirds going through on 2 wins, a draw and a loss in their rinks. Brighton will pick up a win, a draw and 2 losses. Phelps just a touch hot, needed.
As long as he stays on the green, I think I know what he's doing. I think he's loading up and just going to go for a Hail Mary.
Yep.
Which I don't hate.
No.
Might not need to do anything though, because Brendan's only got this last bowl to come to, and this jack needs to go out of bounds. How's he gone? Brendan Gallagher. The jack goes in the pit, and it goes out of bounds.
Whoa!
Good hit from
Killed
Brendan
him.
Gallagher. So they'll replay that one next door.
Now Chris Rosanis has to calm down from that excitement.
I'd make sure he gets the job done at his end.
Ooh, he's up and about. Says, come on team, let's go.
He hit the jack into the ditch, and then you sort of waited. You had to wait and see if it went out of bounds or not, and then Trish Dorlan was the closest to it. She gave a fist bump. So they'll take the bowls up there. We will, of course, as soon as his singles game's finished, we'll just pan the camera slightly to that 4s and talk you through what's happening there.
Smart play here from Chris Rosanis. While that still counts, it sits right in the middle of the plan for Nathan Murray.
He's just got to hook the jack, either with this or his next. He's doing it with this tone. It's guts or glory here. Guts or glory.
Yep.
Oh, it's a kill to a replay this one as well. It's all happening.
Somebody go and tell the kitchen to hold
Yep.
lunch for these players.
Put lunch on hold. Forget the schedule.
Players just trying to work out which end they're going to go to. Yep, they are going back.
Smart play from the players. Leaving the crowd in it. The crowd are down this end.
It is the gentlemanly thing to do. Kobe Cromie over on the fours. Gets in not a bad opener. Sits 2.5 foot behind the jack. Vinnie McElwain just missed slightly. Sorry, Jimmy, with his first. Just probably his first miss in the last 8 or 9 ends.
Pressure, Tone. Does funny things.
Yeah. Pressure builds diamonds though, Jimmy. Vinnie McElwain with a little front knocker. Can't keep him down for too long. Yeah. We'll give a couple of descriptions next door as we go. We will flick over to it when we finish this singles end. Next door on the fours, Kobe Cromie's got 2 sitting not far behind the jack. Good leads bowls from them given the situation. Matty Ferrari next door with a nice opening bowl for himself. They're holding shot.
Well, it's on for a Phelps. Nice little trail behind here. Reminder, we're after the buzzer, so this is the last end. Can get replayed, but needs a 3 to tie or a 4 to win, Phelps. And he's going early for Summer. Sitting one of the bowls straight through is fine as well.
Oh,
good shot
well
from
played.
Nathan Murray. So the comeback's on. Both players going to have a look. Reminder, they just need to win one of these 2 legs. The Lyrebirds are obviously in front 8-4 in the fours. So that's the most likely avenue of that rink win coming. But if Phelps can get a 3 to tie, you know what, that'll mean it as well, because there was about a 10-shot margin, I think.
Yeah, 8-shot margin, 12 to 20 in.
So they're not going to get 4 + 8, 12 in one end in the fours. So a 3 to win for Lyrebirds.
That's a great bowl from Matty Ferrari. You'll see just splitting the 2 leads bowl for Brighton Blue Devils.
Back to this one. Chris is on the mat trying to do something with this bowl of. He's trying to smash it. He's trying to get it out of bounds, I reckon. Or get at least 1 or 2 of Phelps' bowls off the green.
Well, he's done that. He's got
got 1 off the green. So Phelps can now only tie, which is enough for the Lyrebirds to make the finals, to meet the Yarraville Footscray Dogs. Tell you what, it's a good job we didn't remove time limit for semi-finals. We would have been a long way beyond schedule. We're already 20 minutes beyond where we should be. Trish Dolan draws a side hopper next door. So that's 1 to the Blue Devils, chasing 4 or 5. Well, chasing 5. That's 4 doesn't do anything for him.
This is not a bad bowl again from Nathan Murray. Yeah, he puts it back in there.
Well, Chris has to remove 1,
yeah,
and he will win this leg. High fives, Nathan Murray.
Yeah.
Long lost teammates, these 2.
Yep.
But I've got no idea if they've ever met before. Luke Hoskin next door, you can see. Great camera work from Brad. He's covering 2 rinks in 1 here. It's the 4s. Chris is waiting to see what happens from Luke's bowl here. Coming in for another second shot for the Lyrebird. So the one on the Jack's Tris Dorlans from Brighton. So Chris winds up now. In the area, Tone. In the area. Belly of the Jack. Does it kill? It stays in.
Stays in.
And Fabs throws the rag down.
Big smile on his face. Yeah, there's effectively nothing that Nathan Murray can do here.
Just cut it down to
he will bowl his last bowl, but
he can't win the game or tie the game. Tommy Holmes goes for the kill next door.
Well, he takes out all 3 of the bowls.
Oh,
for TRARALGON Lyrebirds.
My word. He's moved every bowl that was close to the Jack away from the Lyrebirds. So now the Blue Devils hold 3 next door, Tone. Wow.
3's not enough.
But it's better than what he was.
It's on the way. Yeah, Nathan Murray gets in for shot, so he'll pick up a single on the last end here.
So 19-17. So let me just do the maths in my brain. So he'll pick up a 2-shot win here, brings us back to a 6 margin. So 6 would have to get us to 14. So we're no chance of a tie. So the Blue Devils need a 5 here. That's the only scenario. 5 or more that the Blue Devils can make the final. But Lukey Hoskin, that's an absolute corker. Sits that bowl of Tris's out right next to the Jack. So Brendan's going to have to... Oh, sorry, Tommy Hines' bowl first. He's going to somehow have to move.
He's got one more pill before both skippers have their 2 bowls. Oh boy. This is tense.
Here's Tommy Hines, the 3rd. Is he lining up, Tone, or is he trying to rake through and just remove it on the backhand? I think that's what he's playing for. Firm weight. That one on the Jacks. Luke Hoskins, the last one that came down. They're interested, Tone. He's trying to just play that bowl off the Jack. It's another one there, though. There's 4 in a little pack for the Blue Devils there now.
Yeah, Jack will spring a little with contact on Luke Hoskins' TRARALGON Lyrebirds bowl, which is the blue bowl you can see in that shot, just in line with the Jack. So they've got to cover something in there.
They have a fair conference, these boys, the Lyrebirds in the 4s. They have a good. Everyone's got an input into what shot is to be played. It's good to see.
Good bit of local knowledge from Vinnie McElwain, Matty Ferrari. It's a good game between Nathan Murray, Chris Rosanis. Unfortunate we couldn't quite see the end. Had a bit of the ascendancy there in the end, Nath. You picked up a 4, picked up a single. Just the time limit that beat you in the end. Nathan Murray said he's probably going to beat me anyway. He's too good. He is a very good player. You two are having a fine match.
Just got to get in this group, Todd. Todd Trewarn. Oh, it catches the short bowl, so it's still there for Brendan Gallagher. It's 1 in the way, though, for the Lyrebirds, that one at Todd Trewarn. So there's a group in behind the Jack. You can see there's 2 white bowls, 3 white bowls, and right by where Tommy Hines is putting his hand there, a 4th. Yeah, good camera shot from Brad there. So the 3 whites and
that's Tommy Hines' bowl, just in behind the 2 white.
So the shot, it's going to have to be a 2-shot plan for Brendan here. He's going to have to nudge the Jack back with his first and then draw another in for the 5 to win the game with his last, one would assume. Otherwise, the home side, the Lyrebirds, are into the finals to meet the Yarraville Footscray Dogs. So here's the first of his 2, Brendan Gallagher. Current state player for Victoria. Left-handed magician. What's he got? They like it, Tone. They're interested, Tone. Oh, he's moved the jack, but it's gone the other way.
Oh,
He's got to the jack, but he's potted it
that
to the
is stiff.
right side of the rink. The wrong side of the rink if you're Brighton, but the right side and the right-hand side of the rink for the Lyrebirds. So they'll hold a few, and it only leaves me one option, which is to kill and try and get this end replayed. But that's going to
be easy to kill.
Nah, he's going to have to get the edge of Vinnie McElwain's that's there somehow and get the jack side, some sideways movement. They were so interested then.
It was not far away at all. Is the shot here from Todd Trawarn just a blocker? Does he try and sit something to the side of where the jack may go?
Mate, I would love him to be real brave here and go, you know what, I'm going to pop that jack and just finish it. He can afford to do it because Brendan's got like a very low percentage shot to come. I'd love to see Todd just over the draw, pop the jack himself. And finish it right here, right now. I think that's what he's doing, though. Someone's moved. I thought it was me.
I don't know who moved, actually. It seemed to be a lot of movement.
I reckon he's trying to pop this jack. He is. I love this shot from Todd Trawarn. He's just trying to win the game. Here, right now. Jack in the pit wins it.
Yeah, well,
you know what? That's actually better because
no target.
He's got nothing. Brendan's effectively going to have to put the jack off the green. That's all he's really got here.
And he's got only about 2 foot of carpet to work with. He's got to get it 3 foot to the right. It's very close.
Or
to the ditch.
He's pointing down to the left corner. I don't know how many do they hold. Oh, I've got no idea how he gets the jack down there. Completely edges it on the right, maybe.
Unless
back left.
Saying if he removes Matty Ferrari's bowl, how many shots? They'd have 2 of Tyson, 1 of Triss, 1 of Brendan. And that, I reckon, is Luke Hoskins' bowl.
No, it's not. He's on the... Oh, yeah, there.
Yeah, at the front. So from the front, you got Tristel on the white one.
Yeah, Vinnie McElwain's holding him out, yeah.
Yeah.
So the only thing I can think he's doing is trying to get the jack out of bounds or the jack to the left. Somehow get it right to the other side of the... Here he goes with a big drive anyway. Oh, he's just missed.
Missed by a whisker.
So the Traralgon Lyrebirds are into the final against the Yarraville Footscray Dogs. What an epic encounter that was. We'll be back, I reckon, probably about 2:15 to 2:20, maybe 2:30. Fingers crossed Facebook's up and working from there. If not, join us on YouTube. We are here for the VBL final. Yarraville Footscray Dogs versus the Traralgon Lyrebirds. We will see you then. Thanks for joining us.
The Traralgon Bowls Club. Amazing food for you and your family. Function rooms for celebrating with your friends. Corporate spaces for meetings and conferences. With special benefits for members, visit us today at the Traralgon Bowls Club. More than just a bowls club.